wages in the rate for production operators $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits. Plus, it's at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to Continental Jobs today.
The Butchery by Venue is Lincoln's premier specialty grocers. Take the quality of Venue home with you with our hand-cut steaks, handcrafted burgers, and locally sourced offerings. Browse our wide selection of specialty products designed to enhance your dining experiences with cheeses, spices, sauces, and more. We also have an exclusive collection of liquors, whiskeys, and bourbons at prices you're sure to love. Stop in to the Butchery by Venue today, located in our Venue at Home storefront at 70th and Pioneers, just 2 doors down from Venue Restaurant and Lounge.
There are some things that happen every day. In the morning, my paper gets delivered. Thank you. Around noon, my neighbor waters his flowers wearing a bathrobe and hip waders. Hello, Mr. Willis.
Where's my paper?
After dinner, the lady up the street walks her 14 poodles. And just before the 10 o'clock news, the Nebraska lottery winning numbers are drawn for their daily games. Nebraska Pick 3, 2x2, and My Day. With Nebraska Pick 3, you choose your bet type. In 2x2, there's a $22,000 top prize. And with My Day, you choose a 6-digit date. They're all just $1 to play, with drawings every day. Oh, excuse me. Hi, Mr. Willis.
I'm still looking for my paper.
Guess which part of the day is my favorite?
Nebraska Pick 3, 2x2, and My Day top prize odds vary by game.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year and Eric Strickland. And Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind, Austin Orman. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Yes, it is. We are with you for the next 2 hours here on 93.7 The Ticket. This is On the Block. We appreciate you tuning in. However you're doing it, you're probably listening on your radio. If not there, hopefully you're on the free, that's right, free 93.7 The Ticket app on your phone. Or if you're on your desktop, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter all have streams for you. However you're listening, we appreciate it. Glad you're with us here today for the next couple of hours. I'm Austin Norman. He's Eric Strickland, and we're going to be picking his brain a lot today. Strick, there's a lot of stuff going on that I think you have a special perspective on. Heavy NBA, hour 2, a lot of trade rumors flying. John Morant's suspension about to come down. But where we'll start in just a sec is with an in-state raised athlete returning home. A special part of our community is Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. We appreciate Charles and his crew. They're open through the weekend. Make sure you go check them out. And if you are, staying in Lincoln, say hi to Charles and the crew. If you're heading up to Omaha for the College World Series, stop by, say hi to the Ticket fam. We'll be there just about a block away from the stadium. Stop by, say hi, hang out with us for a little bit. But Strick, let's not bury the lead. Let's get right into it. Jordy Bahl is returning home for Nebraska softball.
Wow.
Reading between the lines wasn't that hard. She said she was going to return home. Jordy Bahl was committed to Nebraska as an 8th grader, decided to reopen her commitment, ended up in Oklahoma for 2 years. We've been over her accolades from time to time. We talked with other programs before about the pressure of returning home, of being the guy or, that athlete in front of these fans that care like they do, that put this much pressure on, their coaches to retain in-state talent and then on that in-state talent to perform. What do you make of Jordy Bahl's decision to embrace that pressure and come back home?
I think it's phenomenal. You have two types of people, those that want the smoke and those that don't, and those that just like to wallow in it and maybe end up going to sleep because you're taking in too much of the smoke, right? But it's 3 people. So this young lady coming out of Papillion Vista was one of the most sought after. She's the number one overall pick, recruit, not pick, but recruit out of the 2021 class. And she is a phenomenal asset that led. She's back-to-back All-American. She was Gatorade national softball player. Now, we're not just talking the state, national. And she's gone and helped this team to win 2 natties. Whenever she hits the mound, the Oklahoma Sooners win at a clip of 44-2 record.
Mm-hmm.
She has a 1.0 ERA, and hitters that touch the box are only 153 hitting percentage against her. You're getting this kind of asset to return home and help lead the charge where you've kind of been, teetering, you get close. And in the Big Ten, that could be a dominating factor to have that type of pitcher to help lead your squad. For sure she's going to be your number one. She does very well in all aspects of her game, but my gosh, what a land for the University of Nebraska softball team. And, she's coming back, and I don't think there's no greater pressure than the pressure that she faced going into the NCAA tournaments and the softball World Series. There's no greater pressure. This pressure is not going to be anything compared to what she had to face during those last couple seasons.
I feel like it's going to be a different pressure, because this is a Nebraska team that, like you said, has been close. So now with the addition of her, she has to live up. She has to perform to take this team to the next step, to that next level of not just making a regional, but maybe winning it, even hosting a regional, to some degree. So I think there's got to be at least some sort of pressure.
Oh, there's pressure, but I don't think it's over mount. I think when you reach a certain level, you're right. I mean, it's going to be pressure. I'm not saying that it's not going to be pressure. I'm saying the pressure that she's faced, this pressure is not going to be, greater than that. I don't think.
Sure.
But Austin, I really believe, man, that coming home can be also easing of the mind. When you've accomplished so much at other places, you want another challenge. Like, really, what other challenge could they face after doing what she's done?
Couldn't tell you.
Do it 3 times?
Right.
I mean, you know what I mean? You see your home squad where you actually had aspirations to go. You've seen them. You decommitted. You go and you help lead where you went in Oklahoma to 2 natties. And then you're looking at home and you're like, this is where it all started for me. This is where I want to be. Like, for me, that's what it was about. I could have went anywhere. I was like, I'm going to stay home and I want to make Husker great. I could have went to other schools and, partnered up with other people and kept them great. Kansas was doing fine by themselves. They didn't need me. You know what I mean? They were going to still win and be in national championship hunts and win big 8 tournaments and so forth and so on. But I wanted to compete against them. I wanted to beat them. And so there's sometimes you have that type of, challenge that you want to take. And I think this is it. This is one where, like you said, she's been watching them teeter and watching them get there, watching them come up short, then come up short to teams like Okie State, where she's beat. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And she's like, oh, I'm going to go up there and help them beat. Sometimes, I'm not saying that's how she's acting, but sometimes that's how you can feel in your heart, where you just say, I'm going to go take this challenge and help my team get over.
What advice would you give her coming back home to play in front of Nebraska fans? Is there any advice you have for her?
Well, everybody's going to be, obviously God is praising her and putting her on the highest of pedestals, and she's going to be all in the paper, and everybody's going to be smiling and giggling, and every time she comes in the room, oh, hey, Jordy, you're going to get all of that. Anytime she goes back to school or goes back to Papillion, anywhere she goes, pretty much here. I mean, it's a little bit different, but when you're here at your home, you're gonna feel it a little bit different. So I would just say remain humble. Just keep humble, stay grounded, stay focused on the prize, stay focused on the goal, and then allow your work and your body of work to be able to take control of where you ultimately would want to see your goals fulfilled.
She's not going to be able to hide.
No.
She didn't come home to hide. I think that might be a little bit of the narrative out there was that, Oklahoma is maybe a little overwhelming for her being away from home. But even though she's, returning the 5.5, 6 hours from Norman back to, Lincoln now, she's not going to be able to hide. Maybe she's retreating back into comfort, but she's going to be even more visible at Nebraska because Oklahoma had superstars up and down that roster. Nebraska softball is a good program, but there's a reason Oklahoma, has won back-to-back national titles and Nebraska didn't. Jordy Bahl is the face of the team, maybe the face of the athletic department right now. And I assume she knows, or at least thinks she knows, what she signed up for in coming back home, but there's not going to be any respite. She's queen of the state right now is really what she is. So I just hope that as a fan base, Husker fans understand what a privilege it is to have her back and that they don't, overwhelm her. Sure, praise her, enjoy her, appreciate her, but understand why she came home. Don't change for her. She came home because she likes Nebraska fans the way they are.
Yeah, just stay there. And I think that'll be one of the most soothing parts of her return is that a lot of Nebraska fans are going to be who they are. They're just going to be loving, supporting, cheering, and in her corner. I of course, the expectations are going to go up. But with those expectations, there are going to come responsibilities, and I think she's willing and able to take that challenge.
What was your experience like with Husker fans playing in front of them? Seeing them when you were out and about. What was your experience with Husker fans?
Well, for me, it started in my senior year because I committed early. I committed my junior year, going into my senior year. So knowing that I was going to be a Husker is like everywhere that I went to play. It was like damn near a home game because the Husker fans at that point, or Nebraska State basketball fans at that point, didn't look at me any longer just as a Bellevue West face. They looked at me as Husker Red incoming face. And so it would be funny. You'd be in certain gyms or whatever, and the student section would be cheering. You do something or dunk or do something crazy, and they would be cheering like, "Oh yeah, he's gonna be awesome." They would do stuff like that, and that was pretty cool. But also, for me, it wasn't pressure because I've done that, man. Like I have been in those situations. My dad did a great job of preparing me for to operate with a spirit of humility. So the going and the coming, and whenever I would go back, it was all just for support and love and so forth and so on. But it never really got the best of me as far as my work ethic or made me do less than what I was committed to do, and that's to help Nebraska win games.
The other part of this that I think is going to be on Jordy Bahl's plate, fair or not, is peer recruiting, especially in-state recruiting.
Shoot, yeah.
In her statement, she said that Nebraska was an overlooked state in terms of softball talent, which could be fair. I'm not deep enough in the softball realm to know for sure, but between Jordy Bahl at Oklahoma, Ruby Malin up at Washington, I think people have taken some notice of Nebraska talent. There's plenty of homegrown Huskers on the Nebraska roster as it is right now. But it's going to ramp up to another level for Jordy Bahl to be the face of the program to high school players Nebraska's interested in. Did you have any of that? What was your conversations with your peers like about Nebraska?
I mean, the peer situation was very easy because Andre Woolridge, Terrence Badgett, and we played regularly in the off season. The situation was a little bit different for Curtis Marshall because there were already strong point guards already here. NC State was a great look for him and his skill set. So we weren't able to draw him in. We were trying, but I became the recruiting face for Nebraska. Like pretty much whenever there was somebody that they wanted, they would send them to me because there's nobody that can sell Nebraska like somebody who has been to Nebraska or lived in Nebraska or is from Nebraska, because all of the perceptions and that's what's going on in recruiting, Austin. Recruiting today wherever you're going or trying to go, and it's outside of where your comfort zone is. Like if you're a Southeastern kid, going to the Midwest is outside of your comfort zone. You're used to a certain amount of temperature. You're used to a certain amount of seeing different types of people and all of that. Same thing for a West Coast kid, right? So there's no one that can tell the story better than someone that can help bring down those walls, because to them, perception becomes their reality of what someone said, what somebody told about Nebraska, what somebody misconstrued about Nebraska, and it sets in. Oh, you're just going up in. And it was the same thing, and I get it, because it was the same feeling I had when I was coming from California here. I was like, what, a bunch of cornfields? Like, why are we going here? You know what I mean? And you're driving in and you see it, but then you pull up into a city and you're like, man, oh, it's just like any place else. And then you get to meet the people, and the people are just authentic and genuine and nice and warm and welcoming, and you know what I mean? So it was a blessing, man. And they don't know that until they get here and they're able to get around, the people and get a better understanding of what Nebraska really is.
You mentioned Curtis Marshall going to NC State with Terrence and Andre. Were they looking anywhere else, or were you guys pretty set together on Nebraska?
But that's the thing I was talking about, peer.
Yeah,
we all were saying, let's come down here and do something, for the state. Let's keep it in house. Let's stay home. So we didn't want to go and make something else great. We wanted to make it here great. We wanted to make this place the spot. Everybody was talking the Fab Five. Michigan and Jawan was the linchpin of that, and a lot of those guys were up in Michigan. I think 3 of them. Jimmy King was down in Texas, and I think Ray Jackson was somewhere else. But I know Jawan. I think also Jalen and
Ray was from Texas too.
Ray was Texas too. So those 2 were from Texas. So there were probably with those conversations, but they all met at different camps. Jawan, Jalen, they're Detroit kids, and so they all had the conversation. And then you get outside and you find guys that are you gel with, you bond with, and you start telling the story. Then, man, let's come out here and do something special. And I love that. And that was one of the things I've always hated about the NBA, man. I'm like, man, bump that, man. We didn't want to go team up with somebody else, or we wanted to beat them, and that's what it was. MJ, Larry Bird. Could you imagine Larry Bird saying, yeah, I'm gonna go down there and get with Magic?
No,
because but now it's just different, but guys are having these conversations where they're saying, let's go somewhere and do something special. And that's why I love about what happened with FAU and why they stayed together. I'm excited for things at FAU now. I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing that they make another run, and then they're actually able to fulfill it, right? Because they could have all bounced just like they did up in what was the team the out of New York, the team last year, St. Peters.
St. Peters, yeah,
right. St. Peters, guess what? Everybody rose up, bounce, boom. Everybody was trying to go find their own way. FAU, I was like, please, if he could just keep them together, he could be the next Mark Few. That's the way I see it. If I'm him, I'm not leaving FAU. I'm trying to stay there and make it like Mark Few. Oh, that thing rhymed. Stay with me. Stay with me.
Look at them bars. Spitting here on a Thursday on the block. Good stuff there in that first segment. Let's take a break. Switch gears to college football. We had the Big Ten schedule release, or at least the opponent release for 2024. We just got the SECs. Mississippi State had a horrifying graphic and a horrifying road schedule, but we won't focus on the Bulldogs as much. The 2 newcomers in 2024 will be Texas and Oklahoma. Let's compare Nebraska's 2024 schedule to Oklahoma's and Texas's. Just see what all those teams are up against. So we're off and rolling here on the block. We'll be back with you in just a sec.
Generation V.
Opening a new location at 27th and Superior.
Generation V.
This Saturday during our grand opening sale, everything is buy one, get one free. Mix and match between Vape, Delta 8, and Kratom, or buy 2 of your favorites for the price of 1. Buy 1 Elf Bar disposable, get 1 free. Buy premium THCA flower, get a free glass pie. You can dive to BOGO this Saturday.
Generation V.
Don't miss the grand opening sale this Saturday at 27th and Superior in Lincoln. GenerationV.com. E-cigs contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Hey, moms and dads, bring the whole crew to a Salt Dogs baseball game and unleash the fun. Visit Haymarket Park all summer for Fireworks Fridays, Souvenir Saturdays, Sunday Family Fun Days, and more. With 50 home games, even weekdays can be unforgettable. Plan, make it a home run with group discounts. When you need an outing the whole family will enjoy, unleash the fun with the Salt Dogs. Call 402-4745 or visit saltdogs.com for tickets.
Midwest Bank, and our team is here for you. From our friendly staff to our innovative products to our online banking and mobile app, all of our services are designed with you in mind. We'll help you open a checking account, apply for a loan, open a credit card, or start saving for the future. We do it all. We're your local community bank, a trusted partner that's here to serve you. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Learn more, midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Hey, CNC machinists, do you feel like you're in a dead-end job with your boss hovering over your shoulder? That's so annoying. Not at Garner Industries. We provide the opportunity and trust our CNC machinists to bring the talent. I'm Bob Williams, HR Director at Garner Industries, and we're looking for new team members in our CNC department. At Garner Industries, you'll work in a clean, climate-controlled, and safe environment with team members who want to see you succeed. You will also enjoy 4-day work weeks, great benefits, and a positive working culture. Interested? Apply on our career page at garnerindustries.com.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern. It's better when it's baked right here in Nebraska. There are standards you have to make. A rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
Experience it was very easy. I felt like I walked up to Raymond with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Sutter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Sutter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sutter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SutterHeyman.com.
Junior Achievement of Lincoln inspires and prepares young people for success. Learn more about the people involved in the organization and the success stories over the years each Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. for the Junior Achievement Hour on The Ticket and the Ticket app.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every budget. Join them to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're with you here on the block. Austin Norman, Eric Strickland here. Switching gears from what we were just talking about to college football and the schedules. Earlier this week, we got the release of the Big Ten opponents for 2024 and 2025, and we now have them from the SEC as well. The two biggest money conferences have put their opponents and home road locations out. Strick, we talked a lot about Nebraska's, but I want to turn our focus to the SEC, to the newcomer specifically in Oklahoma and Texas. Fascinating draws for both these teams. The SEC made it so that every team in the conference plays at least one of them the first year they're in the conference in 2024. Oklahoma's slate, they get Alabama at home, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Texas will be a neutral site matchup like it has been for a long time. Oklahoma's road games, Auburn, LSU, Ole Miss, and Missouri. That's a pretty tough slate. Have to host Alabama. You keep Texas on the schedule. And then at Auburn, at LSU, and at Ole Miss.
Whew. So And this is for this upcoming season.
Not this season, the first season of the SEC,
Of the
in
SEC.
24.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, in 24.
That's their welcome party.
That is like the danger zone. Like, if you're not in peak performance, you're not on top of your game, you're not ready to go, you're gonna fall victim to the Jimmy Butler L. Remember, the listeners don't know what I'm talking about, but there's this. I mean, I'm telling you, there's this cartoon figure, man. They call it Jimmy the Butler, and he sounds like he's a French guy. Jimmy the Butler puts L's in people's belly and makes them sick. They're going to be sick with L's if they do not come ready and have the squad in order and in place, ready to go to battle. They could be hit with a lot of L's in that situation.
Same thing for Texas, who their home slate is Florida and Georgia. That's pretty tough. They also get a solid Kentucky team and Mississippi State at home. Their road games, Arkansas. That's a fascinating game.
I think that's a great matchup when you're talking about the closeness in proximity to Pig Suey going down with the lone. Yeah, I like that matchup.
That neutral site game against Oklahoma, they get Vanderbilt their first year. The last game that Texas plays on the road in SEC play, Texas A&M, who, lest we forget, left the Big 12 to try and form its own identity. And here comes Texas back on the schedule in year one. I kind of feel for A&M, given that they struck out to make it on their own, but also it's a no-brainer to put Texas and A&M, together that first year.
Yeah, I like that. And I'd like the fact that it's at the last game. There could be some ramifications to that, where there's some coaching ramifications. I still don't think Fisher's going anywhere with all that money that's on the table with him. But there could be some coaching ramifications with that. Recruiting, those are always the things you got to look out, because if you take an L and you don't handle your business and either be close in the game, if you get blown out, that could change the dynamic as far as the landscape of recruiting too. So that's those games that late are pretty solid.
Nebraska's games in 2024, of course, the away games are Iowa, Northwestern, Penn State, Purdue, and UCLA. At home, Nebraska gets Indiana, Michigan State, Minnesota, and Wisconsin. I think Nebraska, has it best of any of those three teams. If your toughest road game is at Penn State, Penn State's really good, don't get me wrong. Penn State's also not Alabama or Georgia. So I think Nebraska made out pretty well there. We don't have the 2025 SEC schedule, but another team that stood out to me, straight looking at the SEC schedules for 2024, was Alabama. They get Auburn at home for the Iron Bowl. Okay, that's expected. They get Georgia at home in the regular season.
That's good.
Been a few years since we've seen that matchup in the regular season, so that's good. Missouri and South Carolina at home, but a brutal road slate for them. They go to LSU, they go to Oklahoma, and to Tennessee. Woof.
Even you just look at the home schedule. I was looking at the fact that South Carolina to me is a sleeper. Just because of just how bad they beat like Tennessee and who else they beat? I think they blew out Florida. It was somebody else that was actually they shouldn't have won. Just check that for me. Just to make sure I'm correct. But nonetheless, and then they lose bad, like they'll lose to like Vanderbilt or something. They were so up and down rocky road. That's one of the things that was scary about that team. But they showed that if freaking what's his name that came from Oklahoma, the quarterback that we've been talking about,
Williams?
No, for South Carolina.
Oh, Rattler.
Spencer Rattler. Yeah, Spencer Rattler. If he had a good game, they were in great shape to win, or they would blow out great teams. But if he had bad games, they would be just absolutely terrible. They would look horrible, and they would lose to a bad team. So watch out for them. I think they're a sleeper in the Southeastern Conference this year, South Carolina. They could be a dangerous team to have to play.
To your point, they went on the road and beat Kentucky when Kentucky was ranked number 13, beat A&M, Managed to lose at home to Missouri, which was a little weird.
Right.
But then your last 2 games of the regular season, you blast Tennessee 63-38, and then you win a squeaker on the road at number 7 Clemson. So they improved at the end of the year and then played Notre Dame really tough in the bowl game that they ended up losing by just a touchdown. So that's no cakewalk.
Yeah.
And I think for Alabama, I don't know how much of this is just, conspiracy and how much of it is the SEC trying to stick it to them a little bit. Given that Alabama, I still think is the flagship program in the SEC, I don't think this should be the case, but Nick Saban has been lobbying for some time to get the SEC to 9 conference games. And then he's like, well, we're not going to do that, but here's 3 really tough road games. Go get them.
I think also the key to watch for Alabama is going to be their quarterback situation, whether or not, you feel that they're solidified there. And I just don't know. I don't have belief right now at this point that their quarterback situation is squared up. I think that's going to be a danger for them. I would say Georgia's probably in the front runner seat, because I just think that overall, from the offensive side of things to the defensive side of things, I think they're probably the most solid team right now still. Tennessee is one to watch, but again, they have a quarterback situation where they just don't know. What is it? Is it Milroe? Who?
Yeah, Ty Simpson or Jalen Milroe.
Yeah, Milroe.
Guys, yep.
Good arms, but you just don't know. I mean, I think Nebraska's in that same position. We just don't know what we're going to get out of Sims. Losing Casey Thompson, I thought, was huge, because I thought he was probably the most stable if he could have got his injury situation worked out and got back in great shape. And I thought it could have been cool, but I'm a little worried. I just don't know, because we just don't know. There's a lot of uncertainty.
Should the SEC start playing 9 conference games? That's been a debate the last few years. I can understand, given how the SEC thinks about itself, that it wouldn't, want to risk one of its top teams having another loss. But at the risk of, maybe not at the risk of, but if you're not going to go to 9 conference games, at the very least, you have to get rid of that FCS cupcake game, don't you?
Right.
Like, play a group of 5 team instead.
Yeah, I would agree. One of the texters wants us to pull up the Florida 2025 schedule and take a look at that. Unnamed texter 3994 will get actually 7670. If you want to put your name in there, we'll make sure we get that loaded up so we can call you by name. If not, we'll leave you unnamed. But unnamed texter 7670, we'll take a look at that schedule and kind of run it down. Austin will do a wonderful job at that.
Got it for you. The non-conference for Florida, they start out with Miami. That's fun. They get FCS Samford next week. In October, they play UCF. And the last game of the regular season, they are on the road at Florida State.
That's a dangerous game. Florida State's up and coming. I keep your eyes out on them on the ACC.
And then Florida's SEC schedule in 24, Kentucky, LSU, Ole Miss, and A&M at home. That's pretty tough. The neutral site game at Georgia, Mississippi State, at Tennessee, and at Texas.
There you go. That laid out the groundwork right there. That tells you all that it is. Listen, I personally like it. I think that's going to make football in the fall just so awesome, because there's just, how there'll be some weeks where we go and watch those games. You're just looking at it, Austin, like, what is this? I think it's going to provide more opportunities for really good games to be seen on TV, and that's what I'm really looking forward to. Great matchups.
Florida is another team that I think has to kind of pick itself up off the mat a little bit. Year 1 under Billy Napier wasn't horrible, but also wasn't great. I think he's given up play calling duties. We'll see how far that goes. But with the additions of Texas and Oklahoma to the SEC, Florida can't afford to fall any further. Florida, how is Florida ever 6-6?
Yeah.
I don't care if you play in the SEC. You're Florida. You should run that state in terms of recruiting. I know Miami's there. I know Florida State's there, even UCF to some degree. But how is Florida, settling for 6-6? I say as a Nebraska fan.
Gainesville is a great atmosphere, man. The swamp. I think there's no greater place, I think, in Florida to play. I don't think, but Miami, just none of them have been able to figure it out. It's crazy that UCF at times have been the best team in Florida.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Hard to even argue that.
And so that's either that they're doing they're finding better gyms. The Florida talent is shooting up north and going to Georgia and Alabama, or the Florida talent's just not measuring up and not getting it done. I mean, it's just too much talent out of the state that you just can't balance that out and either take control and be the head of it. Shouldn't be going north. They shouldn't be going up to South Carolina and Georgia and Auburn and
Clemson.
No.
Which of those three programs between Florida, Miami, and Florida State should have the highest ceiling?
I think what comes into it first, I think what comes into it too is it's very similar to how we are at Nebraska. We get complacent, right? You have the talent. You think they want to stay home. You think you've got everything they need to stay home, but you don't put in the same effort as like some of these other schools do. Some maybe NIL in, some maybe are taking a little bit more initiative and they're staying a little bit more engaged. Whereas at home, you probably just kind of take it for granted that they're going to want to stay home. And, you look at the tradition of the program and you think that your brand is going to override anything that anybody else might be able to do. So that could be a possibility as to why they come up short. Now, I think right now Florida State's probably the one that looks the most promising out of the three to me.
I'm with you. They have to follow it up, though.
Yeah.
They've built under Norvell. Now, this year, I think, has to be the year they live up to some of that hype. I'm not saying playoff or bust for them, but that's got to be a top 10, top 15 team for me to really take them seriously. Yeah. Florida, get back to the top 25. Miami, I have no idea what's actually going on down there with Cristobal, but Florida with Jordan Travis Florida State with Jordan Travis has actually shown some signs of life. And it's the ACC.
Yeah.
Clemson's good, but
you should run roughshod through there, and then maybe Clemson you might have a run in with. Sometimes maybe North Carolina throws a wrench at you, but you should run through that. I mean, it's like it shouldn't even be close in the ACC.
No,
because Duke is garbage.
It's true. You're right. That's how the ACC strict set it up. I mean, that's how even the Big Ten with Nebraska, set it up. You have Nebraska on one side, you have Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State on the other side. I mean, Wisconsin, Iowa, some of the bigger names on the Western side too, but you have those three, front runners and the other three there. The ACC set it up so you could have Clemson and Florida State or, Florida State and Miami meeting with stakes. And that just hasn't come to fruition.
Hasn't done it.
Because neither team has lived up to its potential in any way.
I hate that the Nebraska Cornhusker football program, or any of them, they have not lived up to what has been laid out for them to be able to avoid on the regular Penn State, Ohio State, and Michigan. You're on the other side. All you had to do is dominate the competition, and you could have. Oh my God! It just throws me for a loop just even thinking about how sad I feel that you haven't been able to live up to the billing.
Not even a little bit. Good stuff there. Let's play the shootout. Let's do that. 402-464-5685. $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings is the prize. Call now to take on Strick in the shootout. 4 questions for him, 4 for you. Winner gets $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. We'll take a break, play the game after this.
There are some things that happen every day. In the morning, my paper gets done. Thank you. Or my neighbor waters flowers, wearing bathrobe and hip waders. Hello, Mr. Willis.
Where's my paper?
After dinner, the lady up the street walks her 14 poodles. And just before the 10 o'clock news, the Nebraska lottery winning numbers are drawn for their daily games. Nebraska Pick 3, 2x2, and My Day. With Nebraska Pick 3, you choose your bet type. In 2x2, there's a $22,000 top prize. And with My Day, you choose a 6-digit date. They're all just $1 to play, with drawings every day. Oh, excuse me. Hi, Mr. Willis.
I'm still looking for my paper.
Guess which part of the day is my favorite?
Nebraska Pick 3, 2x2, and My Day odds vary by game.
What's the most important thing about Horse Casino Lincoln? People. The people who come to play and the people who make it all possible. Our team of trailblazers are the spirit behind everything we do. Join the Warhorse Casino family for a one-of-a-kind career. We're looking for driven individuals for our team in areas such as accounting, cashiering, currency drop and count, food and beverage, housekeeping, and more. Our team members are eligible for insurance and to earn paid time off from, not to mention paid holidays, 401k matching, discounts on meals, and the opportunity to advance at a growing company. If you're ready to blaze the trail, come to our next career fair on June 15th. We'll be interviewing on the spot from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Warhorse Gaming Office, located at 3730 South 14th Street in Lincoln. Fill out your application ahead of time to expedite the process. View all positions at warhorsecasino.com. Get in the game today.
Generation V.
Opening a new location at 27th and Superior.
Generation V.
Join us this Saturday during our grand opening sale. Everything is buy one, get one free. Mix and match between Vape, Delta 8, and Kratom, or buy two of your favorites for the price of one. Buy one L-Bar disposable THC glass. You decide what's a BOGO this Saturday.
Generation V.
Don't miss the grand opening sale this Saturday at 27th and Superior in Lincoln. GenerationV.com. Using is an addictive chemical.
It came to Nebraska volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more high-electric.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental has salary jobs available and great benefits, medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Your home is your empire. Protect Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Empire-fence.com now to view this and make free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Hey, CNC machinists, do you feel like you're in a dead-end job with your boss hovering over your shoulder? That's so annoying. Not at Garner Industries. We provide the opportunity and trust our CNC machinists to bring talent. I'm Bob Williams, HR Director at Garner Industries, and we are looking for new team members in our CNC department. At Garner Industries, you'll work in a clean, climate-controlled, and safe environment with team members who want to see you succeed. You will also enjoy 4-day work weeks, great benefits, and a positive working culture. Interested? Apply on our career page at GarnerIndustry.com.
Wall-to-wall wine open in. Shop our expansive wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on your purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street and 5040 North 27th Street.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. But there are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. but delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Hey, moms and dads, bring the whole crew to a Salt Dogs baseball game and unleash the fun. Visit Haymarket Park all summer for fireworks Fridays, souvenir Saturdays, Sunday family fun days, and more. With 50 home games, even weekdays can be unforgettable. Planning an event? Make it a home run with group discounts. When you need an outing the whole family will enjoy, unleash the fun with the Salt Dogs. Call 402-474-2255 or visit saltdogs.com for tickets.
It's time to play Shootout with Strick. Call now. 45685 to take your shot against Eric Strickland. Shootout with Strick by Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Let's do it. $30 for Buffalo Wings and Rings on the line for Dave on the Honda of Lincoln hotline. Dave, how's your Thursday going?
It's getting hot.
That it is. It's about to get hot here on the block for the Shootout with Strick. Dave, hold on the line. We'll give Strick his 4 questions first, and then we'll get to you. Strick, are you ready?
Let's get it.
All right. We are doing NBA player colleges today. So your round, Strick, begins here in 3, 2, and 1. Where did Jimmy Butler go to college? Miami or Marquette?
Marquette.
Yep. Where did Bradley Beal go to college? Florida or Georgia?
Georgia.
Florida. Where did Sam Hauser go to college? Michigan State or Virginia?
Michigan State.
Virginia. And where did Pascal Siakam go to college? Raptors wing Pascal Siakam. Where did he go to college?
10, 9, 8, 7,
Georgia.
6.
It was not Georgia. Smaller than that. Pascal Siakam went to New Mexico State.
Son of a mother sucker.
I also did not intend to. Well, I was hoping you would pick up on the Sam Hauser versus Joey Hauser.
Yeah,
Joey is at Michigan State.
Michigan
Sam
State.
went to Virginia.
Yes, I did. I knew they were twins, and I missed the name.
All right,
All
Dave.
right.
1 to tie, 2 or more to win. Are you ready for your round of the shootout?
Well, again, this is not my forte as far as basketball, but we'll give it a shot.
All right, your round starts here in 3, 2, and 1. Where did Jamal Murray go to college? Kansas or Kentucky?
Kentucky.
Yep. Where did Zach LaVine go to college? UCLA or USC?
UCLA.
Yep. Where did Aaron Gordon go to college? Arizona or Arizona State?
Arizona State.
It was Arizona. And where did Damian Lillard go to college?
Can you give me a geographical area?
The United States. West-ish.
West-ish.
2, 1.
USC.
It was not USC. Dave, it doesn't matter.
Boom shakalaka! Finish him.
Give me a hell yeah! I said give me a hell yeah!
Dave, you win. The answer was Weber State. Hold on the line. Rico will get your information. You win $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. Well played, Dave. Congrats on the win. Strick, I'll ask you. Actually, we'll wait till Rico's done. Wait. Rico, can you hear us? Yeah, Rico, hop on. Hop on the mic. We'll play the tiebreaker for fun. You're guessing. Rico is guessing the number. Strick, you're going to go over under. Okay.
I don't even know what the topic is.
NBA player colleges.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's not going to help.
Well, it's a little different for this one. How many combined players from Duke and Kentucky have a current NBA contract?
Current
NBA contract.
Carry the 3.
Sky Rico doing actual math over here.
I'm going to go with 12.
12. Strick, over, under.
Under.
Try way over. 51.
Current?
Wait, whoa, what?
Wait a
no
minute.
way.
No way.
That's according to Spot Track.
No.
I looked it up today.
No
That
way.
is what. Go to that.
51 current?
There's no way.
26 active players from Kentucky, 25 from Duke.
Who?
Here's the Kentucky list. Anthony Davis, Karl Anthony Towns, Devin Booker, Julius Randle, Jamal Murray, De'Aaron Fox, Bam Adebayo, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Malik Monk, Trey Lyles, Willie Cauley-Stein, Kevin Knox, PJ Washington.
Stein ain't in the league.
He is. He has a contract with Houston. Hamidou Diallo, Jared Vanderbilt, Keldon Johnson, Tyrese Maxey, Emmanuel Quickley, Shaden Sharp, Wenyan Gabriel, Isaiah Jackson, Nick Richards, BJ Boston, Ty Washington, and Olivier Sarr.
Ty Washington
He just got drafted last year.
But he ain't in the league.
He is.
NBA contract, two-way.
See, y'all adding two ways in
I
there.
didn't-
Guys playing in the
NBA
league.
contract.
I said 12. I didn't.
That's a trick question, my boy.
I was for some reason you forget the guys who went to Kentucky and Duke and are just like role players now.
Yeah, they're just basic. They ain't get no shine.
Willie Cauley-Stein.
I
am upset.
Kidding me?
I'm
The
sorry.
fact that you even said that name upset me.
Numbers.
Just made
Those
that
are the
name just
numbers.
makes Strick mad.
Sorry, the numbers don't lie. That's what the numbers
these
are.
Numbers are
Right.
falsified.
Boy, the records are.
Well, here's the
I'm
thing.
not even taking the win.
Before I get called out for this, you guys are lucky I actually did my research because according to Spot Track, there are 26 from Kentucky and 26 from Duke, but the last name listed under Duke is Dariq Whitehead, who hasn't been drafted yet. So I went through that list and I made sure.
Well, no,
Otherwise, you
I'm
would've said
not
52.
questioning you.
I'm questioning.
It sounded like you were.
I'm questioning.
Not you.
Spot Track.
The
or
Spot
whatever.
Track. I'm like,
Ridiculous.
no, but you don't think about the two-way contracts. And again, like Rico said, you don't even think about just how some of those guys are just guys who are just sitting on the end of the bench, and but they happen to go to Kentucky. I mean, okay. Yeah,
that's what it is.
Probably got paid more in college.
Probably did. We're going to keep talking NBA in hour two. Lots of stars have their names in trade rumors.
Notorious B.I.B. Yes, trick question, my boy.
Nah. Don't give me that. Come on.
People were saying 12. Like, yeah, everybody's with me on that. I mean, I'm not fighting it. The number's the number, but my gosh, 51.
Yeah. 1 out of every 9.
That's crazy.
Went to either Kentucky or Duke at this point.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll stay on the NBA train. Some stars want to be on the move, could be on the move. And the John Morant situation, we still don't have any clarity yet. What's our guess for the suspension, and will it work eventually? We'll get to that and more hour 2 on the block next.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM. Whole City Royals, Emperor 93.7.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles.
Hey, CNC machinists, do you feel like you're in a dead-end job with your boss hovering over your shoulder? That's so annoying. Not at Garner Industries. We provide the opportunity and trust our CNC machinists to bring the talent. I'm Bob Williams, HR Director at Garner Industries, and we're looking for new team members in our CNC department. At Garner Industries, you'll work in a clean, climate-controlled, and safe environment with team members who want to see you succeed. You will also enjoy 4-day work weeks, great benefits, and a positive working culture. Interested? Apply on our career page at garnerindustries.com.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The Electrical Workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Monday on 93.7 The Ticket FM.com.
Your Empire, protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Tailored Life is now open in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for
your home, indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, shrubs, vines, perennials, and colorful annuals. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks. Most are produced locally. Tailored Life today, and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
The Southern Pecan Cake from Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. But there are standards you have to meet, like a rich, decadent, moist caramel cake? Check. Bursting with too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. Sun Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a mission with a focus on growth, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Junior Achievement of Lincoln inspires and prepares young people for success. Learn more about the people involved in the organization and the success stories over the years each Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. for the Junior Achievement Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is On the Block with Strick and Austin. Nebraska Basketball Hall of Famer and 9-year NBA vet, Eric Strickland.
Strickland for three! And you're going to go out of here as Big 8 tournament champion.
Middle school basketball coaching legend and Duke basketball shooting coach in his mind. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, on air and online at theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. This is On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Hour 2 of On the Block, the last hour of traditional On the Block for the week. We're up in Omaha for the College World Series tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. So we'll do kind of what we did with state basketball. We'll fill in between games. That's right, fill in between games because we are carrying the College World Series on the radio here at 93.7 The Ticket. Games at 1 and 6 on Friday. I believe the same-ish on Monday. So if you want to tune into your regular ticket radio programming, that'll be on the air from 10 to 12:45 or so. And then whenever the first game gets done until about 10-15 minutes before the start of the second game. So we'll wrap up the traditional On the Block for this week, brought to you, of course, by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, with a lot of basketball talk. And Strick, before we get into trade rumors, potential trade destinations, what goes into all of that, a couple basketball adjacent injuries to get to. Mm-hmm. This one from the NBA Finals, Game 4 in Miami, Heat Nuggets. Conor McGregor, yes, that Conor McGregor, UFC MMA fighter, walks out at halftime as part of a skit promoting some healing spray of some sort. And the Heat's mascot, Bernie, walks out with golden boxing gloves on. Part of the skit was Conor's going to, lay him out. Well, Conor did his job too well. Sent the mascot to the emergency room.
Oh, no.
As part of a skit.
Oh, no.
Punched him. Then he was supposed to punch him one more time on the ground. That's what happened. And he sprayed the mist as the mascot was being taken away. But little did anyone know, the mascot actually had to go to the emergency room.
So, first of all, there's two things about that. One, be careful about walking up on a former boxer, definitely an MMA fighter, anybody that is skilled in that area of art, because you think it's sweet. It doesn't, to me, and you can challenge me on this, 402-464-5685. I don't think size matters either. When you're dealing with someone that's skilled, someone that has size, yes, if they get you, they grapple you, or they're able to take you down, that's their advantage. Mm-hmm. But a skilled fighter who's skilled in movement, distance, and the ability to tap your face, your nose, different areas that they're used to having contact that you're not.
Mm-hmm.
What normally happens to someone who is not skilled in that area and used to taking punches, they don't know how to minimize the punch, or they don't know how to slip with the punch, or they don't know how to take it without closing their eyes and doing different things with shielding. To be a great boxer, you have to be able to take the punch, see it, either slide off of it and be able to counter, or you've got to be able to do something in that manner. But if you're just doing like this, it's a setup, because now boxers can slip to the side, do like Mike Tyson used to do, and then boom, they catch you with something that you don't see coming. That's when you get dropped. So be careful when you know, because you don't know who you're gonna come up against. Somebody might be very skilled in the art of boxing or in the art of MMA, but that part of it shows you the danger and the power of the lethality of hands. Like they can be very lethal, and I find it hard that you can go through a mascot suit and still do some kind of damage. That's the part that I'm like, ew. That's scary.
It seems like the guy in the mascot suit will be fine. Got some pain meds, got sent home. But to your point, Strick, Conor McGregor's 5'7", 5'8", 5'9", 160-ish.
Yeah.
That's not about size. That's about where you get hit, knowing the location. And not that he could, tell in with the person in the Heat mascot uniform where he's punching necessarily, but maybe he's just that good that it doesn't matter. He just locks on.
Yeah. So that's kind of wild. I'm kind of those suits are pretty soft. I'm like, dang, normally it would take the blow. And to be able to have to go to the hospital. I mean, I don't know what the damages were, but it doesn't matter. You had to go.
That it is. So maybe don't schedule an MMA fighter to
Don't
punch
do it.
someone for a halftime skit, because that just seems like a bad idea. The other kind of silly basketball-related injury actually comes to us from Major League Baseball, Strick. So Pete Fairbanks is a pitcher for the Rays. He was on the injured list, scheduled to return, but he comes back from the injured list with a black eye. How did he suffer this black eye, you might wonder. Here's what he said.
Wiffle ball?
Not wiffle ball. Pete Fairbanks said, quote, "I dunked on my 3-year-old in the pool, pulled the hoop down onto my face. I was trying to teach him an early lesson in life that when you're in the paint, you can't be caught unaware."
Wait, 13-year-old?
3.
9-year-old?
3. Uno, dos, tres años.
That's karma. That's karma. Listen, my good friend, WTF member Cluster Johnson as well, and longtime member here. So his youngest son is Kai Johnson, and the middle child, the one that plays for the Seahawks, Kay Johnson, he never lets Kai win. Like if they're playing like in the little Nerf hoop, he swats his stuff and slams his stuff, and he can't run by him, or he never lets him win. And I think that's healthy. I think that's healthy because you have two things you can do. You can pout, or you can get better and get stronger, or work on ways to try to win the game. And that was one thing my dad always did to me. I couldn't beat my dad, I don't think, until I was almost a junior in high school, to where he would just beat me up and boom, and elbows in my back, and I'm going to the basket, boom, shoulders, and that ain't no foul, but it taught me a great lesson. I think we need to do that more. So I'm not saying 3 years old though, Austin. I mean, golly, wait till he gets 8. I mean, jeez. 3 years old, you banging on your son and trying to teach him a lesson. He's not even going to remember when he gets to 5 what you did, except the fact you had a black eye. You're going to take pictures of it.
Pete Fairbanks was then asked if he regretted it. He said, "Nope, ball went through the hoop. That's 2 points as far as I'm concerned." Wow. Bucket's a bucket, I guess.
I guess so, man.
On to actual basketball news now. Where do you want to start? East or West?
I'll go West.
All right, starting in the West with some trade news. Mentioned this briefly, didn't get a chance to get to it in depth. The New Orleans Pelicans have said they are interested in trading up to either number 2 or number 3 in order to draft Scoot Henderson from the G League Ignite. First of all, Scoot Henderson's on the Pelican, fascinating fit with CJ McCollum already there. Be curious to see, how he would work with that duo. Are they trying to, recreate Dame and CJ like Portland did? But in order to move up as far as New Orleans would need to, it'd have to give up a pretty big, package of picks and players.
Yeah.
Well, one guy that New Orleans is now open to trading, Zion Williamson. Good idea, bad idea, risky idea, cut bait now idea. Where do you fall on the Pelicans putting Zion on the block?
Well, you've had a 3-year sample size. You've got barely 100 games, a little over 100, 114 games. You've paid him significantly. You're seeing there's trouble in paradise. There's some issues and problems going on. Probably sometimes in those situations, the best thing to do is to try to get that individual into another place. Start fresh. What type of pressure is it going to put on him continuing to remain? Is he going to be able to get what did he only stay because of them? I mean, you're probably asking all these questions. Did he only stay because of the money? There's so many outside forces that are going on with food and obviously the other flavors of life that are going on out there for him. So then I would say, yeah, if you're going to do it now, right?
Well, he still has some value.
You're looking at 3 players right now that are potentially players that are transcendent for taking your organization maybe to another level. You're looking at Wembanyama, you're looking at Scoot, and then you're looking at Miller. To me, I'm probably a little less on Miller than I am on any of them. Miller to me, just hear me. Don't knock me, just hear me. Initially to me, Miller reminds me of, who do you think? Player right now, he's in the Eastern Conference. What do you think?
His body?
No. His style
game,
of play, his game, and the levels of up and down production. Seems to me it can fall in this area of this step. J.R. Barrett. He seems to me he could be that type of player for me.
Okay.
Where he's good, but to me, I don't think he's going to be a mover of the needle. I could be wrong.
Role guy?
I think so. Now, whether that's going to be determined on his work ethic and how much he really wants, and does he really want that to go to that next level. I'm still watching that. To me, watching his games in college and kind of how things panned out in the tournament, he came in some big games in the SEC, but he was, to me, that's what I saw with J.R. Barrett.
Fair. I think the hope for whoever drafts Brandon Miller is they're getting KD. I don't think Brandon Miller has that bag.
I don't think he's got that.
I think Brandon Miller is more Trey Murphy III.
Okay.
With the current Pelicans, where he's a 3-and-D wing who, maybe can make a play off the bounce here or there, but if he can defend at a high enough level and knock down open shots at that height, guard 2 through 4 comfortably, maybe slide up to, a more athletic 5. But Brandon Miller doesn't seem like a ball in his hands, break you down guy.
No. There you go. That's why I say, so you're looking at really 3 guys. The rest are kind of some toss-ups. You might throw in some international guys. But if you're going to try to do it, I would do it now if I'm the Pelicans, to be honest. I'm sure because there's another piece of it. I'm sure there's guys in that locker room that are frustrated.
How could there not be?
They're frustrated with Zion. They're like, and they're seeing what's going on, and they're like, man, move on. You know what I mean? I could see that.
The thing about a move like this is think about how hyped Zion was coming into the league. No doubt, number 1 prospect in that class. Some people, had John Morant close to him, but it was still Zion. With the way he jumped, the way he could run, developed a little more of a bag at Duke in his 1 year,
Was
not
he
just
Barkley?
a dunker.
Was he like Barkley?
Maybe slightly more perimeter oriented Barkley. Maybe.
Barkley ended up being really good perimeter. early on he wasn't.
That's what I'm saying. I think Zion had more perimeter early.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay.
I mean, Zion was
I can see
used
that.
as a ball handler, used in some, high horn sets to get to the rim, not just posted up down low. So I think that was the hope, was if he, smooths
I
out
think
that
transition
jumper
Barkley is one that
in there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Compare him. Okay. Go
Right.
ahead. Just thought.
But think about where Zion was and even where he is, what he could be. But this is where the Pelicans have to know, or at least feel very convicted in what he has been, what he is, and what he's going to be. Not what he could be, but what he's going to be. You've had more eyes on him, more conversations with him than anyone else in the league. So if you think he's just a role guy, you think he's an injury risk, you think his head isn't screwed on straight, if there's someone out there that's willing to talk themselves into his potential, you dump him if you're not sure.
Mhm.
Because if you hold on to him, here's the thing. The short-term reaction is, oh, they gave up Zion. He's the next face of the league. But if he never develops into that, you'd be dumb not to trade him.
Yeah, you don't want to end up with the Sam Bowie. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because right now, from what I'm seeing from Zion Williamson, he doesn't want it. Like he's right now, if I could give an analogy of what I'm seeing on Zion Williamson, it would be like your boy from the Cleveland Browns. What's his name?
Deshaun?
No, the other one. He went to Texas A&M.
Oh, Myles Garrett?
No. Quarterback.
Oh, Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Manziel.
There we go. We get there eventually.
Yeah. He seems that he could be on the verge of becoming a Johnny Manziel. That's just an analogy. So I'm not saying they're the same. I'm just saying when you look at his on-field and off-court production, it's very possible, if you're looking at it from the standpoint of what you're seeing right now, whether it be, like you said, the injuries, if it's the off court, if it's what you're thinking that you're going to get out of him, if you like his potential, then let me dump him, let me move him, and let you take it.
Two teams that have come up as potential destinations for a trade. These wouldn't get New Orleans to number 2 or number 3. They could get to number 4. Houston has apparently looked into Zion.
Okay, I can see that. There's some young swipper snappers that can swipper snappers. I'd probably say New York maybe in that.
That's where Zion wants to go.
Oh well, if you can't handle, let me be completely real and honest right now. If you can't handle New Orleans, you are not going to be able to handle New York City. First of all, the media is going to murk you. The media is, oh my gosh, the Times, the Post, all of them, the media is going to murk you. If you better be ready to show up. I couldn't imagine 3 lefties being out there, 4 lefties. That'd be crazy. But how would that package work?
That's what I don't know. If you're the Pelicans, aren't you looking for?
You're going to have to do Barrett.
Barrett?
You're going to have to do probably Barrett.
If you're the Knicks, do you ship Randall out the door and slot Williams
you
into his
definitely
spot?
try to do that, because right now you're still kind of frustrated with Randall, right? You felt like he's disappointed you. So if you're going to swap head cases for head cases, you're swapping one that for one that is potentially that, but could have the light turn on and could be great.
The other trade rumor out west, Karl Anthony Towns was on Patrick Beverley's podcast. He was asked about his future in Minnesota. And I feel like this comes up every offseason with him. I'm worried Karl Anthony Towns is kind of in the boat that Zion is, where he doesn't know how to be great, doesn't know what goes into it. But in response to his future in Minnesota, Karl Anthony Towns said, the rumors are as true or as false as Minnesota makes them to be. Could Karl Anthony Towns be on the move, and where does he fit?
Shout out to the Sauter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. If you're an NBA fan and you're in on this, because to me, Karl Anthony Towns, dang, that's a tough one. Because, he does. I guess you could say Miami. And here's why. Kind of big body, but soft. You're okay with someone like Bam if he wants to take the physical. Because Karl hasn't come to me as if he wants physical smoke.
He's just tall.
He's just
Tall.
big boy.
Mhm.
But Kevin Love, Carl is probably right now at this age and juncture of his career a better shooter. So you're going to get that stretch, can rebound, but can put the ball on the floor, which Love's not able to do. So I could see maybe Miami.
Does he have the mindset to work in Miami?
That's
though?
the thing. Miami's going to demand so, and I just don't know if he has that. That's just my personal opinion. Dallas, but then I look at Dallas, and then I look at what they have in Christian Wood,
and they didn't use
him. So I'm like, dang, well, I mean, that would be dumb. So Dallas has a way of just sometimes doing stuff just to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So they might be in that mode to just do something just to do it. I could see maybe that. A team that probably could use them, with the style that they play is Oklahoma City, with that kind of open, free, lot of length, Getty and all these guys, they all kind of help each other, kind of mask each other. But to me, that would be similar to what he's got up in Minnesota. So I just don't know, man.
Would Detroit look into it? Try to get him under Monty Williams' wing?
I mean, great young talent. They do need some size. If they have a stretch guy like Karl Anthony Towns, I just don't know if he's hard nosed for what Monty's going to want. That's what's limiting a lot of my ideas on it, on what it could look like. Maybe Boston, as alongside, Williams, because Williams will handle all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Another size like that where he can come weak side and don't have to necessarily take the pressure of dealing with. I could see that.
I wonder too how much is.
I think it needs to be out east though.
I think I'm with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I wonder how much of this is Karl Anthony Towns' actual mindset and how much is kind of pushing back against coaches and how much is a coach hasn't been able to get through to him. Maybe he does want to be. Great. Maybe there is more in there. A coach hasn't tapped into it. And I don't know if that's Karl Anthony Towns shutting it down or Karl Anthony Towns not understanding what a coach is asking of him. I don't know.
That one I just don't have an answer for on that one, Austin, because it's you can't get into the mind of Karl Anthony Towns. I could tell you that he talks as if he's willing and able to get it done from the standpoint that you would want him to be for your team, but I just don't see it. I didn't see the production.
A couple things on Zion before we go to break. We'll start with Thunderknock Collins, who asks, is it inconceivable to think that since Zion wanted to go to New York City when he was drafted, that he's pulling a James Harden, acting like he doesn't care and acting wild, so they trade him where he wants to go?
Not inconceivable. I think that's a plausible answer, Thunderknock Collins.
And then anonymous texter, is Zion's situation more that he doesn't want to play in New Orleans, or is it a matter of talent?
I don't think it's a matter of talent. I think he only signed because he wasn't going to get that money anywhere else, and they were willing to give it to him, and so he took it. I just don't think he's focused. It's very disappointing. I say it again. You have a team that really could have made some noise in that playoff, and you don't show up for them when you're ready to play. They say, you make excuses as if you're not, but come on, man. You could have gave them time, minutes, even just change the scouting report. If you step out on that court, I mean, you don't have to if you just show up for your team, you might have could have changed the dynamics of what that series was going to look like. So yeah, man, that's what really disappointed me about him.
We'll move the trade talk out east. A couple guards being talked about in the east, and also the John Morant situation. What do we expect from Adam Silver? What do you think he's going to say? Will it help John Morant? We'll get to that as we continue here on the block.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company, proudly work, and they're growing. If you want to answer family-friendly, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
We have 2 boys, so we needed more space with the townhouse. So we decided to build.
Casey Bowman and her husband Joe built their first home with us. This is Bob Benish of Aspen.
After the first meeting, we really liked them as people.
I was really skeptical about the whole building process, more so than Joe was.
Really good about giving us options as far as what fit in the budget, what didn't fit in the budget. They have a designer, Rachel.
She was amazing. She was very helping sure that our house turned out good. I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't change the lot. I wouldn't change colors. I love everything about it. Everything. It's perfect for us.
Like the Bowmans, you too can make your dream home a reality. Call us at 423-6811 or online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love the ring. It's so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. Buying why not use sports to gently use baseball and more. Plus, there are always products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play it against sports at 48th and Vine.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound innovation from an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121. Tailored Life is now open in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, for both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, shrubs, vines, perennials, and colorful annuals. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned.
Beatrice Bakery. They don't just let you call anything Southern, especially when it's baked right here in Nebraska. Their deck, too many large pecans to count? Check. Big enough to share with the whole group? Check. But delicious enough that you won't want to share? A big check on that one. The Southern Pecan Cake, the newest cake to the Beatrice Bakery lineup. Try it for yourself at Beatrice Bakery. Online at BeatriceBakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're talking NBA trade season.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Or we're listening to Strick sing. That works too. That's just as entertaining, if not more entertaining.
It's so beautiful outside. It sounds like the birds chirping outside, you know.
Sure does. Sure does. Trade birds are chirping in the NBA.
Yeah.
Let's start with the newest rumors. Zach LaVine. The Bulls are said to be quietly gauging interest in the market value for Zach LaVine.
Mm-hmm.
Why would the Bulls trade him if not to start a rebuild? Is there any other reason?
Well, Zach LaVine has they've given it a go, right? They've tried to figure out what this combination is going to be for them. He has a huge contract. Didn't get Ball. You know, you know what I mean? Caruso, there's been injuries. When I thought they had some of their best opportunities, I thought it was when they were fully healthy. They could have been a really dangerous team. Now, you're probably going to want to look for assets because they're really going to end up being pretty much now they've got a sample size. DeMar DeRozan is not going to be able to do anything outside of just being who he is. Penetration, mid-range. He's like Jimmy Butler with probably just a little bit more pizzazz, right? But Zach LaVine is just very athletic, can shoot. He does some good things, guards a little bit. I like him, but at the same time, is he going to be that? You know, like you're talking about the salaries that you're paying him. I mean, what, you got 4 years remaining on a 5-year, $215 million contract. Do you, and I'm asking you, when you look at Zach LaVine and you look at this Chicago Bulls team, do you think he's that takeover type of guy?
I think
that can lead you to the promised land.
Well, I think Zach LaVine has that talent. I don't know how much talent is there on the rest of the roster. I love DeMar, but he's getting up there, and I think his game is limited, but given that he just sits in the mid-range. Nikola Vucevic is solid, but he doesn't move the needle for me. Caruso, if he's healthy, is a good complement to LaVine, but not a star. And then what else do they have? Aya Dosunmu doesn't move the needle. Patrick Williams, whatever. As an earlier lottery pick for them. So I just don't think there's a lot there for the Bulls to be working with. And I think
so it's the Bulls organization and not necessarily LaVine.
Right.
I can't fault you on that because if you just look at his numbers from December 1st, LaVine played in 60 games where he averaged 26 points per game, 62% true shooting percentage, while at the same time, style of play there. I just don't know. Like, I would like to see him either on another team because I just don't believe right now the Chicago Bulls organization is going to be able to get it right to put the right combination of players together. Because I believe with LaVine, he needs a combination. I don't think LaVine is that takeover type of guy who can literally just take you there. I think he can take you to the playoffs, but I don't think he can take you there. You know what I mean?
And is that worth it to the Bulls to just fight for the play-in or be the 6-7? Is that worth it?
Is that worth it? Right? So even when you look at to me, like I said, Zach LaVine is similar not style, because DeMar DeRozan is more close to style. But he's like Jimmy Butler to me, to where he's good enough to be a lead guy, may kind of go into a shell at certain points, but needs some complementary pieces that can raise the bar to allow him, when he's needed, to try to do something. His game is very two-dimensional to me. It's very at the basket athletic, or it's very shooting range. Much of the stuff in between, I don't see in him.
Not a whole lot of distribution even for a lead guard, and that's fine. But again, being focused on buckets hasn't necessarily raised the Bulls to a standard of success. I mean, they've made the playoffs 1 year under Billy Donovan out of 3 chances. They've never bottomed out. I mean, they went 31-41 under Billy Donovan the first year, 46-36 to lose in the first round of the playoffs 2 seasons ago, and then 40-42 last year. I mean, not terrible, but again, if you're going to be fighting for the play-in, is that worth it? If you think you can do more in a few years, you absolutely sell Zach LaVine now for assets and try to start something.
4 years at 215, asset up. Asset up. If you're gonna fall, maybe look in the draft, get cheaper type of play. If you're going to be that, you can build a team without having such a salary cap strap that you're already there anyway.
Exactly. I mean, that's the difference between Oklahoma City, where Billy Donovan used to coach, and Chicago. Oklahoma City is in that fight for the play-in range with young dudes. Chicago's there with old dudes.
Exactly. And big money. Right? That's that's the point I'm trying to make.
Speaking of big money, the largest contract in the NBA right now belongs to Bradley Beal of the Washington Wizards.
How did that happen?
Your guess is as good as mine. Played 40 games 2 seasons ago, played 50 games last season. The Wizards reshuffle their front office, bring in some new voices, and apparently if the Wizards decide to rebuild, they'll trade Bradley Beal. Number one, why wouldn't you rebuild? You're where the Bulls are, but even lower.
Worse.
Yeah. So I think a rebuild is the way to go, even though it seems like the Wizards have been rebuilding for a while. They haven't ever, struck pay dirt aside from a year or maybe 2 of the Wall Beal combination. But Bradley Beal's contract is, supposed to be so prohibitive, but Bradley Beal's still a good player when he's on the floor, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Bradley Beal's a bucket. I mean, he's that. He's shown he can definitely play and be a complimentary, be a lead piece. He was at one point averaging upwards of 30 points a game. I mean, so you know his capabilities. I just don't know about his leadership. I know about his capabilities. I just don't know about his leadership.
Does that tell you he needs to be the second option somewhere? Third option?
That's where I would put it. Put him with somebody that has lead option capabilities, and then let him then work off of that.
What does that mean in terms of number of potential suitors? Boston was a team I thought might be interested, but they already said they're extending Jaylen Brown to not pursue Bradley Beal, and I don't know what kind of assets they could package together in a trade. But if Bradley Beal is going to go be a 2 somewhere, is he a good number 2 in Miami behind Jimmy? Does Washington trade him out west? What do you think his market looks like?
Look at why you keep throwing that one at me, man. Trying to put me to fit these guys.
I don't know. I'm just asking for
No,
ideas.
that's a great one. I'm just like, dang, Austin throwing me these, because I'm thinking about, I'm trying to think, I'm really trying to think about locations and good places and good fits. I personally don't think Miami's that fit for him, because him and Jimmy would be, because you talked about the multiple levels of players, right? Where we thought Kyrie, Kevin Durant, and Book would work, right? Beal is, to me, very similar in that space with Butler. So there would be a headbutt.
Okay.
Not that they would headbutt, but it would be a headbutt. You're already kind of seeing partial troubles with Tyler Hero. Beal and Hero are similar, where there's some budding already going on. So I don't know. He's not going to want to go to like a bad team. So
No.
you definitely can't see him in Atlanta. You definitely can't see him. I don't think I could see him in New Orleans because I think their styles and Ingram and them would actually be probably dropping blows.
Yeah.
If you traded him for maybe like an RJ Barrett and one other, maybe New York.
Okay.
I could see a New York fit.
What if-
Brooklyn, no. Cleveland, no. Detroit, no. So that's what I'm saying. It's just like, does he fit with Markkanen in Utah? See, but I just
But he would
don't
have to
see
be the
him.
lead guy.
And so I don't see him going to a, at this juncture in his career, he's not going to probably want to go to a rebuild. You're not going to probably see him go back and try to go up and try to deal with, because I think Dame is gone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see him in Sacramento. I don't see him in definitely Phoenix. Don't see him in Clippers because Kawhi and unless one of them are gone, then maybe. So it's like I that was a tough one. I mean, it really is. Might be better to stay.
If you're Golden State, do you trade Clay and Poole's contracts for Beal's?
Oh, now you might be talking about something. Does he fit with? I think he could be the second guy ahead of Wiggins and Poole.
I think you have to get rid of Poole if you get Beal.
Of course, no question. Yeah, no question. I think you're right on that.
Play
I could
off of
see
Steph.
it. I could see it. Yeah, I could see that. That's a good move. I still think they need size. I still think they need to move people to allow Kuminga to emerge.
Sure.
Also, so yeah, they've still got some work to do, and I could understand why Bob Meyer left.
Headaches.
Yeah.
In the Bay. Speaking of headaches, we'll wrap up this segment with this. Ja Morant, we still don't have any news on what his suspension's going to be. You put out a tweet asking people more than 50 games or less than 50 games. Do you have those results with you?
They have been going. There's still some days left on it.
It was pretty close last I checked.
Yeah, they were. I think it was like 51 to 49. Let me pull it up and see here. What we got going?
Because we know it's going to be more than 8 games. That's what he got last time. And clearly just 8 games didn't work.
So right now the poll is saying Ja more than 51% more than 50 games. And he's got 49% less. So it's real close, a couple points off. That's like 100, I think 100 and some 120 votes so far.
Which side do you fall on?
I still think it's going to be 50 or more.
How much more? Are you thinking 50, 55, 60 to 70, or do they just slap him with a full season?
I think it's going to be, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a full season, but I would say it's got to hurt. So, more than half of the season. So I'm looking probably close to 60 more so for me.
This brings up to me a question of, are the Grizzlies in a spot with Ja Morant for a different reason that's similar to where New Orleans is with Zion?
Yeah. I mean, 1 and 2 pick. Same draft year, right? Yeah. Ones that they're trying to make the face of the league, finding themselves in different types of situations, but yet in the spotlight for some reason.
Because if Memphis can't trust Ja Morant, why would they keep him around? I get it. He's a good player when he's on the court, but you've noted multiple times that Memphis's, plus minus with and without Ja is solid enough.
Yeah.
They've been fine without him. So I think they're in a similar situation to where if they can't trust Ja, I think it would be doing right by the player to try to get him, in a better situation for him as a person. Not that, the team is under any obligation to do that, but it would just be, a good thing to do. But again, at the same time, if you can't trust him, why wouldn't you try to sell? I get it. His value is probably lower now than it would have been. But if you can get anything for him, that's better than having to deal with the headache, wouldn't it be?
Yeah, I think that's something to consider. It's definitely going to be a headache. But you still want to be able to hopefully love him back onto it because he is a big piece. I just say that watch out for him because off the court stuff is is very, a lot of stuff is happening out in Memphis, man.
Yeah.
Just when you're playing those type of games, man, you just got to be real careful. Guys like great mainstays in the community, young Dolph, ends up losing his life there, and then Lorenzen Wright, who was in my draft class. It was a little different situation. It was his wife, but my gosh, I mean, it's just, you gotta be careful because there's just so many things that can happen, and it might be a new location for him would be better than to stay. It's possible. I just don't know.
That's where I think Ja's agent has to step in and say, hey, my guy's looking for a new home because it's better for him. What would you give up for a talent that we promise would be dependable in a better situation? And this is my last thing for you then before we go to break here, Strick. The NBA in Memphis, the Grizzlies, they can't pick Ja Morant's friends for him. What can they do over his suspension to try to lead him in the right direction?
Just, you can only sit down with them, have heart to heart. I mean, they're grown men. So I think you've got to try to work through the family, through the parents. Help them to maybe do some symposiums to go and really have the parents to really sit down and get an understanding about, people who are around, how to mitigate that, how to separate himself from that. It's not easy once you've already been engaged to separate from those who you grew up with and loved and love. I just think LeBron, that's one thing that I'll tribute, has done a wonderful job of making sure he surrounded himself with the right type of guy, because you don't hear. His guys are working with him and for him and building other parts and branches. And I've always said, you're only as good as your circle. I always would tell young guys, I say, hey, listen, have multiple attorneys so that there could be checks and balances on each of those attorneys. So like if somebody runs something by you, you can run it to the other one and just make sure they stay on point. Then you don't just have an agent, you have multiple marketing guys. If you can keep that internal and let your guys do it for you, you can keep the money in house. So there's all kinds of different people that I would surround myself around and make sure that you just can't fall victim into some of the traps and snares that are out there.
He's 9-year NBA vet Eric Strickland dropping the knowledge. I'm Moss Norman. You're listening to On the Block here on 93.7. The Ticket will wrap up our show for this Thursday next.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
What's the most important thing about Warhorse Casino Lincoln? The people. The people who come to play and the people who make it all possible. Our team of trailblazers are the spirit behind everything we do. Join the Warhorse Casino family for a one-of-a-kind career. We're looking for driven individuals for our team in areas such as cashier, current sound, housekeeping, and more. Our team members are eligible for insurance and earn paid time off from day one. Not to mention paid holidays, 401k matching, discounts on meals, and the opportunity to advance at a growing company. If you're ready to blaze the trail, come to our next career fair on June 15th. We'll be interviewing on the spot from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Warhorse Gaming Office, located at 3730 South 14th Street in Lincoln. Fill out your application ahead of time to expedite the process and view all open positions at warhorsecasino.com. Get in the game today.
The soul. Smoked meats, amazing sides. The only problem when they fix you a plate is that at some point, that plate will be empty. But hear me out. What if that plate was never empty? That dream can be your reality with the Mary Ellen's Express Lunch Buffet. From 11 to 2 every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. One price, all you can eat, and it even comes with a drink. Tell your boss you're taking a long lunch and get down there. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul at 29th and Pine Lake. Let them fix you a plate.
Summertime is in full swing, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. They offer advice from real deck professionals to give you proper guidance to make your project go smoothly. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway. Deck City, your local deck experts.
Tailored Life is now open in Bennett. Make the short drive down Highway 2 for tons of items for your home, for both indoors and outdoors. Check out their variety of potted trees, shrubs, vines, perennials, and colorful annuals. Plus, porch pots and landscape lighting to enhance the outside of your home. Don't forget their home goods for indoors, plus convenient drinks and snacks, most which are produced locally. Visit Tailored Life today in Bennett and stay tuned to their Facebook page at Tailored Life 360 for food truck events coming up.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, tennis, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at westbank.com. Member FDIC.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-9462.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Now back to On the Block with Strick and Austin on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com.
We're back here wrapping up On the Block on a Thursday. Austin Norman, Eric Strickland, joined by DP. What's good, DP?
Oh, y'all in trouble.
Oh, boy.
Y'all in trouble.
No.
Yeah.
Capital T trouble?
Oh, talk to, you know.
I'm a P. Diddy.
What
not P.
What
Diddy.
did Dollar Bill say? Trouble.
Mm-hmm. You're going to step up and it's going to be trouble.
Trouble. Brett Baker, you know, he was waiting for delivery of.
Well, tell him the delay the delivery.
The newest version of Hot Ones sauces. And the list of ticket talent who have not participated in the Hot Ones challenge And the names as they were, and what brought up, so Melissa McCarthy, actress Melissa McCarthy, they just released her episode.
Okay.
And just anybody that knows Melissa McCarthy, she's hilarious. And so, of course, the bomb reaction is hilarious. Hilarious. And then so immediately Rico on a scale of 1 to 10.
Hold on. First off, Eric Strickland, who do you think you are?
What are you talking about?
Just like
How is he gonna just get in the mic and just call me out?
The challenge was
what?
He said,
how dare you?
Strick said he wasn't going to do it. And then Rico, and he said, well, Rico's not the man. I'm like, wait, first of all, you can say a lot of things about Rico, and I'll let you. But what you're not going to say is that Rico didn't man up to the Hot Ones challenge. Not only did he do the Wings challenge.
Twice.
He did the hot chip. He did the one chip challenge, which is the real measurement of men.
The one chip challenge. I will do the Hot Ones challenge 2 more times
before I do
that chip challenge. Now, I will never touch that chip again in my life.
So it's like, do you want Floyd Mayweather to just be able to punch you 20 times?
One big punch.
Or do you want Mike Tyson to end you?
Yeah,
with one
hands
punch?
down.
Like which way?
Hands down, Mike Tyson.
No,
no block, no.
You gotta
take it.
Strict. For both. So for the wing challenge, he's right. It's like it's like Floyd Mayweather, right? He just body shot, pretty hard, right? He's hitting you, and then one real quick, real solid hook right under your ribs, and that's one of the wings. And then it's just 2 more body shots, right? It hurts real bad, and you're gonna feel it tomorrow, right? The chip challenge. Mike Tyson straight uppercutting you in the jaw with all of his power.
Corey Schlesinger's full uniform and the neck roll, and you have to stand there, no pads.
Oh no!
Helmet to the chest.
That's the one chip.
That's the one chip challenge.
And all of the consequences of what happens when he runs over you and then dances on your chest and then steps on your head. So
that's the chip.
And then so the list. I mean, so as we know it, Coach Bill Bush hasn't done. Jake Sorensen still hasn't done it, which is why on certain days
he's not doing it.
Yeah, on certain days we don't really put him in that category.
Sorensen's not doing
we don't do that. Nick has done it twice.
1.5.
Farley said he's in. Farley's in. Rashawn did not. Rashawn made it to 7, and then
he says he made it through. He took the smallest possible bite you could ever take.
And announced it that he was taking the smallest. Okay, Superman.
Doesn't count.
Yeah, Captain My, whatever.
Doesn't count.
Nick, on the second time, Nick left the building. He left his bag, he left his computer, and just got in the car and left.
He was supposed to come back here, and he never showed up.
He just left.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Amon Green says he's in. Austin and Strick have not done it. So
Austin says he doesn't like spicy food.
Well, but you know how to handle that. You just invite Brett Baker in at 2:00 during On the Block.
You're right.
And then peer pressure. Mark Onweiler's done it.
Here's the thing. I said I was going to do it.
I have no doubt that you were going to do it.
I'll give it a shot.
Austin, do it.
I have no. Now, again, I'm just going to say, you are about. Let's give the ID.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Now, I have to, and the listeners who have been through this with us understand, and the staff who's been through it understand. You are about to meet versions of yourself that you've never met before.
The dump button is ready.
You are going to have conversations with yourself that you have never, ever had before. You're going to ask questions about body parts that you have never questioned before.
Am I really about that life? And Austin, don't worry. Whenever we do it, I'll be here to run the board because I'm letting you know right now.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah. There's no.
Oh, he's done today.
Oh,
Brett will ask you guys questions.
I'm not done though.
No, he'll be in there. He'll be working,
in there,
but I'll run the board.
Yeah, you're gonna need.
Well, I'm not gonna be able to talk.
I ran the board for my own,
which is why I'll be here.
Oh shoot!
Just
Yeah.
to moderate, not here to make fun of. Not
Yes, you
here
are.
to harass.
No,
Not
that's
here
Cap.
No.
That's so Cap.
I ran
That's Captain Cap. That's Captain Cap.
You're gonna be straight clowning.
And now, unfortunately for the newcomers, it's fully televised. So strict, that look on your face gonna be in big screens all over the state of Nebraska.
No, that's the day where we on Allo.
Oh no, the
Allo
website
is-
went down.
Yeah, Allo is disconnected for the day. We will not be showing 92.7 the ticket today.
So confusing.
That'll be straight radio action.
Strick's gonna
No
walk over here and just
stream.
start kicking stuff.
For all of the
On the
dumb buttons.
stream. On the stream, it's gonna be.
So Rico, can you find the J?
No.
It's on Nick's
I can-
Twitter.
Yeah, Nick tweeted it out once. I
Can you
gotta
find that
it.
real quick? Can you find it? It's the thing that happens when you put alphas in the room and say, okay, because we gave Jay the choice, one chip or the wings. And Rico did the one chip. Now to tell you, he got through the wings twice, but that one chip beat Rico.
Bad.
I'm trying to find the sports. It was 97 Nebraska versus Doane in a football game. That's what the one chip did to Rico.
But like Doane walk on freshman class.
Like it was a no contest.
I had a tub of ice cream that I was scooping out with my teeth.
And the trash can took a beating.
Yeah,
The trash can took a beating.
and the bad
on
thing is,
live radio.
The bad thing is, I threw up in the trash can, and that made it worse.
Yeah, it really did because
Yeah.
it just resonated, right?
Glad I have a chronic intestinal disease. That's fun.
Oh, twice.
Like
Hey,
the
Chris
chip.
Strick, he worried about the entry.
The exit.
You're not gonna
sucks.
be able to. You're not gonna be able to
No, the next-
sit down on the stool.
Oh, you go elevate. You go.
No, I'm taking
over.
You know that
I'm
like
taking all the Metamucil.
it's like
and
a
every,
No, don't do that.
No,
Don't do that.
No.
That makes it worse.
Don't do that.
No, Strick. Don't just buck up and take.
Just
it,
let it happen.
Like, do not.
Just let it happen.
No. So, a buddy of mine did it, and he's lactose intolerant, and they gave him milk to drink with it.
Oh no.
Milk with it, and it was just brutal.
Oh man.
It was brutal because he amped up, right? He did the milk, and then as he was eating the wings, he was doing the milk, and then afterwards he was like, "Bruh, there are things that happened to me that I don't understand, and I would want to forget." Like he said, I just don't. He goes, "I'll never forget this, but I'm trying not to remember." And it was like I was good the first one. I was actually like I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it. But then Nick, Enrico, Tom Stevens, and Bach were in the room doing it. And they looking at me like, what Bernie Mac say? Looked at me like I'm small, right?
Yeah.
He looked me up and down and measured. And I'm like, okay, I tell you what, I'll do the first three, just, And then they nibbling. I'm like, no, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it. So rip it, eat the whole thing. Like, I'm not going to do that dance. And I rolled all the way through. It was the day of the Huskers March basketball Midnight Madness. So we left here and went to March Madness, and everything was fine. I hadn't eaten, so I was, and we were supposed to meet some friends at a burger place, and we get ordered. It's now 5 hours later. I take a bite of one French fry, and there's probably 12 of us at the table. I take a bite of this French fry, and my body was like, okay, all bets are off. Here we go. Here we go. This is not a drill. This is not a drill. And I sprint to the bathroom, and I'm in there for 45 minutes.
Dang.
And I walk out. Becky looks at her friends, and she goes, oh, time to go home. Time to go home. This isn't for, no, time to go home.
No, I need to
And
get
then
this
did
out
it
of my
again.
mind.
And then I did it again.
Oh gosh.
And then, so different.
It's a one-time affair for
Sam
Stricky.
Hoiberg did it.
Sam's a baller though.
Kyle Perry did it.
Baller though.
Right? Nuri and Brant Banks did it. And then here's the real capper. All of our women athletes did it. The gymnasts did it.
Wow.
The swimmers did it. and they just the bowlers, and they destroyed the other athletes. They destroyed the football players. They were looking. I was like, what?
Oh my
What
god!
is
To the bone.
Like looking like what's your problem?
Yeah.
Flexing on it, like what's your? Oh, don't make me flex at you. And I felt bad for them because it was Banks and Nori are eating like a gallon of ice cream as they do it, and then the next day the text, chaos, chaos.
All I know is I got to get this off my mind. Tell me what's Thirsty Thursday, doggone it. I need some Thirsty Thursday.
So, Strick, you've known DP longer than I have. You've always known him to be a man of his word, don't you?
Yeah.
That's what I've known about you, DP. But here's the thing, Strick. I'm feeling a little hyperbole here. I feel like you're trying a little bit to get us in our own heads.
Not one.
That's what it feels like.
Not one word of it. Not look you dead square in the eye and tell you about to find out.
You
about to find out about yourself.
Ever around to find out?
Rico, am I wrong in this? That the first time through, I just went, what is like I lost control of my body.
Dang.
Like
you had an out of body experience? You was because your aliens like abducted you?
Your sinuses open up. Then your tear ducts open up.
Need the sinus help. I'll take that.
Right. Oh, today was good. But here's the thing. Just like Melissa McCarthy just found out, she had a box full of tissue. She's like, I've never blown my nose in public, but I have lost control. Like this is not a thing. And getting to the one. So you get to the bomb, which is, I think when we did it, it was number 8.
Say the Brat.
The bomb. The bomb. The bomb. And up to that point, you go, okay. Like, I mean, it elevates. And they have these, they're called Scoville units.
Love me some good Scovilles.
Yeah.
Check the on the block folder. It's not in a folder. It's just under J Cuss.
Yeah, this is
it bleeped out?
It is bleeped out.
Yeah.
It's from when we posted the video.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Load here for a second.
Yeah, it was because Jay was
it was after it was that me and him made a bet. It was after the Patriots beat the Bills on that terrible windy day where it was 1 touchdown scored.
Yeah.
One thing you don't understand, one thing you don't know about me. Revenge, when I get it on you, will not just be sweet; it will be cold-blooded.
I'm open. The sinuses are now officially open for business. The sinuses are open for business.
Yeah, I got one more in there. I'm not making it.
Okay.
What number is that?
That's number 7.
He immediately takes his headphones off and went outside.
Took his shirt off. Took his shirt off. Took his shirt off in the parking lot.
Was just walking around outside in the middle of winter.
Like middle of
What number is that?
That's number 7.
I caught the cough before.
He took a big bite though.
Oh yeah,
we're like, you don't need to take that big of a bite. You gotta take a healthy bite. And he took half the wing off. It was a leg. Took half of it off.
Ooh.
Hey, your choice.
Well, good. That's good scouting report, Strick. That's a good scouting report.
Take a healthy bite.
Take a healthy bite.
Not a massive bite.
Not a massive. Just enough.
Take a healthy bite, especially on the first 6.
No, you can eat the whole wing on the first 6. You good. You ain't eating number 7.
7, 8, and 9 are just damage. It's just
dang. He only got to 7.
Honestly,
well, he told you. He was like, no, because he was good. He was feeling that Jason, like, oh, let me flex on y'all. The first 6. This is it. He was like, okay.
What number is that?
That's number 7.
And then you it's because 5 is a step up, 6 is okay,
a leap,
like some hair on your
okay.
chest. Like
you'll take a drink of something,
right? Like okay, we in deep water now. This is okay. Hardaway's cooking. I got work ahead of me.
But at least they taste good.
Yeah, this one, when you get to the bomb, it ain't about taste. They're not trying to hide it. They're not trying to fake it.
What's after the bomb?
The bomb.
It doesn't matter because you can't taste them. Your taste buds are done.
You're numb.
They're hot. They're technically hotter than the bomb, technically, but it's not. It's a natural hot, so it doesn't bother you.
So Rico, find out like the Scoville unit, like the typical buffalo wing sauce is like 60 Scoville. The bomb, I want to say, is around 300,000.
Ooh.
What? Go that high.
I don't think it's much less than that.
The bomb is 135,000 Scoville units.
135,000, and then the hottest one is above that. Like the last
So
one.
Chula hot sauce.
Uh-huh.
Chula hot sauce. 3.6 thousand.
3.6 thousand. That's less than 135,000.
No.
3.6K, 135K.
That 3.6. That's
got it.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
yeah.
It's
So it's not even close.
Yeah, it's Sinjik. It's rip the Band-Aid off. Like just rip it off. Unfortunately, you get some of the actual
Frank's red hot sauce, 450.
Mm-hmm.
Like not 450,000, just
450.
450.
So
Yep,
for
just 450.
normal humans, 60, 130, 450. You putting in work. 135,000.
Oh wow!
You have nothing. Your mouth is gone.
Yeah. So
cool. And plan nothing for the following morning. Nothing.
Well,
Nothing.
I will be taking off the following morning.
Get
Thank you,
yourself
DP.
some-
Early. I appreciate that.
Get yourself some wipes, some wet wipes.
Them
For your
grown
body.
man wipes. The grown man.
The dude wipes.
Yep. Get them.
They need to sponsor it because
absolutely.
yeah,
100%.
You mother suckers.
Well, Strick, we'll be in it together. Nyla said she'd play along as well. What's on Old School, DP, real quick?
Thirsty Thursdays, which makes Strick forget for a brief moment he's about to torture himself in a couple of weeks. And then Jordy Bahl, what it means, what it actually means, because I had some conversations
Let's
with
get
some
it.
folks, some pretty good stuff.
That's Old School. We're on the block. Talk to you tomorrow from Omaha.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time. High Electric for 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
What's the most important thing about Warhorse Casino Lincoln? The people who come to play, and the people who make it all possible. Our team of trailblazers are the spirit behind everything we do. Join the Warhorse Casino family for a one-of-a-kind career. We're looking for driven individuals for our team in areas such as accounting, cashiering, currency drop and count, food and beverage, housekeeping, and more. Our team members are eligible for insurance and earn paid time off from day one. Not to mention paid holidays, 401k matching, discounts on meals, and the opportunity to advance at a growing company. If you're ready to blaze the trail, come to our next career fair on June 15th. We'll be interviewing on the spot from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Warhorse Gaming Office, located at 3730 South 14th Street in Lincoln. Fill out your application ahead of time to expedite the process and view all open positions at warhorsecasino.com. Get in the game today.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, call 988 for free, confidential, and compassionate support. On July 6th, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is transitioning to 988. There is hope. For 24/7 support, call, text, or chat 988.
Sponsored by Nebraska DHHS, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Too many people believe that chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Vani Nutritionist has put the narrative wrong for 29 years and changing lives for the better in the process. Their team is trained in the newest, most advanced pain-relieving techniques and ways to deal with toxins, allergies, pollution, and emotion that make you ill. Call today for a free consultation at 531-254-5695 or go to Novotny Nutrition and Wellness. Novotny Nutrition, located 7th Pier.
On staff. I make your home more custom to your taste, your needs, and your wants.
Rachel's our interior designer at Aspen Builder. One of the reasons makes us really good at what we do. I'm Bob Benish, and we absolutely love how Rachel takes care of our clients.
I think the biggest challenge with building is a lot of clients are worried about all the choices. When they come in, they kind of have a deer in the headlights look. I like to ask